This video is on subtracting integers numerically with models and with manipulatives. Similar to adding integers, you'll need a number line, counters, and your math frog. The secret to subtracting an integer is to add its additive inverse or opposite. Let's start off with a very basic example again. 5 minus 3, we need to convert this to an addition problem. Our first integer, 5, is going to remain the same. It's going to be our second integer, 3, that will change. So the opposite of 3 on our number line is, of course, negative 3. Since we are changing that second number to its opposite, we need to also alter the function from subtraction to addition. At this point, we can now solve it as an addition expression. So first move is 5, keeping track of where our frog has been with our counters. And the second move is negative 3. So we'll just move them back 3 spaces, again keeping track with our counters. Of course, it probably comes to no surprise that our solution is 2. You probably viewed this expression as rather simple to solve. So let's take a look at something that's not so traditional. With this example, now we have a negative subtracting a positive. So again, we need to convert this into an addition problem. And the way we're going to go about doing that is keeping our first number, changing the subtraction to addition, and then we need to use the opposite of 3. The opposite of 3, of course, is negative 3. So instead of having negative 5 minus 3, now we have negative 5 plus a negative 3. Using our number frog to solve this, of course, we first move him 5 spaces back. Of course, keeping track of his movements with the counters. And then we'd move him an additional 3 spaces back. And again, keeping track of his movements with the counters. So, based on this, we now know that the solution for negative 5 plus negative 3 is negative 8. With our third example, we have a negative minus a negative. So, like the previous two examples, we're going to keep the first add-in the same, and then for the second number, we're going to switch that to positive. So that'll be just 3, and then we're going to change our subtraction to addition. And of course, we can solve this with our math frog. So the first thing we'll do is move him to negative 5, and then keeping track of where he's been with the counters. And then next we're going to add 3, so we're moving forward 3 place values, and again keeping track with the counters. Just to review from yesterday, we do have a 0 pair here, so we could get rid of this. But our solution is going to be just negative 2. Here's our fourth and final example. Now we're looking at a positive subtracting a negative. So with our first number, it will remain the same. It will remain to be 5. Our second digit there, negative 3, becomes a positive 3 using the additive inverse of negative 3. And then we're going to change the negative or the subtraction sign to addition. And of course, now we can use our math frog to solve for the expression. So we'll move our math frog forward 5 units, keeping track of his progress with the counters. And then we'll be following that with an additional move of 3 units, again tracking his movements, or keeping track of his movements with the counters, with a final solution of 8. So the things to remember when subtracting integers: use the additive inverse or opposite on the second number, and change the subtraction to addition, and treat the new expression as an addition problem.